Hello, fellow travelers. How y'all doing today? Good to see y'all. I just had to come on for a moment and laugh at myself. And oh boy, this is a good one. This is a good one. So the, the other day, I was talking to my daughter, trying to give her some deep, heartfelt advice, trying to help her out. And she tells me that I'm nagging her, and I'm a nag. Oh, I've just about lost my mind, you guys. I just about lost my mind. Ew. I mean, what do you even say? The first reaction, I started to get mad, because I'm trying to help her, and she tells me I'm a nag. And and then slow down for a minute, and I realized she was right. Come on, no, let me back up. Let me explain this. So, my daughter is her and myself and my son. We've been training in martial arts for God, 7 years, something like that. 6 years, I think. She's only been training for 4 and had to take a break for a little while because of injuries and came back in. And my son has his black belt, and me and him got ours a couple years ago. But she's about to test for her black belt here in less than a month. And Dad doesn't think that she is training hard enough. Fortunately, the martial arts that we train in, it's not what they call it, a McDojo. You got to work for it. They don't hand out black belts, and your black belt test is brutal. 3.5, 4+ hours. You have to go through everything you have learned all the way through, and you've got to show the ability to do it. Um, I don't think she's training hard enough. I don't think that she is taking it seriously enough, and I'm worried she's not going to be ready. And so I was trying to tell her, you need to get in there and you need to train 3, 4 days a week. You need to go over your stuff multiple times. You've got to memorize it. I am telling her what I think she needs to do because honestly, I'm scared. I'm scared that she's going to fail, and I don't want to see her fail. Oh man, and so I'm giving her this wonderful advice. I'm gonna save her life. And did I mention that she's 18 years old, just about to graduate high school and go off to college in a couple of months? So I mean, she's an adult. She's an adult, at least on paper. And she said, "Dad, when Grammy, who her Grammy is her grandmother, my mother-in-law, when Grammy just nags me all the time to do stuff, well, that's what you're doing. You're being a nag." So not only am I a nag, but I'm like her grandmother. And nothing against you, Pauline. I know you got great advice. I know if you see this, I love your advice. I love you. I didn't call you a nag, but here's the thing. The reality is, I gotta let her fail on her own. I can help her, but it is so hard to realize when there comes a point, especially as a parent, when we are giving advice and we are trying to help our kids, and they don't want it. They don't want to hear it, and they are just shutting off anyway. And you are doing not one bit of good because they have shut you off. They are not listening to you anymore, and you are just annoying them. And you're kind of you're really almost at that point, not even almost at that point, at the point where they don't want to listen to you and you're annoying them. You are taking off points for future advice you might give them because that's just going to make them not want to listen to you on other issues in the future. And it's hard. It's hard. Um, fortunately, I've been doing enough work on myself that instead of well, let me back up. The first thing I wanted to do in my brain was, oh, no, 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 you don't call me a nag. You take my advice. I'll show you what a nag is. You don't want to take my advice, so why don't you go ahead and get all your stuff, get on out of this house, and you're 18. You go find somewhere to live. You can take care of yourself. You're so smart. Then you go do that. You don't need my advice anymore. That's where my brain goes, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I got extremes inside of me, that is for sure. But fortunately, I didn't say that, and I stopped. And I've learned when my brain is starting to go to the crazy places that it's time for me to just shut up and get out of there. So uh, I shut my mouth and left the room and stewed for a little bit, until I calmed down. And then I think obviously part of it was I was so upset because I realized that was true. And oh, that's the last thing I ever want to be in my life. And chatted with my wife for a minute, and my wife, she never gives me advice I want to take. Never is a big word. She often gives me advice I do not want to take. And her advice was, Tom, you got to let her fail. You got to let your daughter fail. That's hard, man. That's hard, but it's so true at some point in life. You got to let them make their own bad decisions. I mean, I know when I was 18, I don't think there's a thing in the world my parents could have told me that I would have listened to if I didn't want to or didn't agree with it. In fact, they probably would have given me some advice that I agreed to, but I would not have done it just because they told me that that's what I needed to do. And I need to look back at that. The good news for me is I've got a strong, independent daughter. And I have to look back at the facts of how I've raised her. And you know, at some point you got to rest on what you've done. I want to give her all the advice now before she goes. But if I haven't taught it to her by now, it's probably too late. You know. And the second good thing I realized is, my daughter feels comfortable enough with me to tell me stuff like that, and she knows that she's safe, that I'm not going to lose my mind. I had developed a relationship enough with her that she can tell me how she feels, even if she's not sugarcoating it. And that's what I want. I want my daughter to be strong enough that she is not pushed around by a man, that she is able to speak her mind in whatever situation that she's in. And that's way more important than my little feelings about not like being called a nag. As you can tell, I'm still reeling a little bit from this one, but I actually got on. I had a nice little talk with her a little bit earlier today, and I just said, you know what, kid, why don't we need to figure out some type of code word or something, because I need you to let me know when I'm nagging you. Because the reality is, I don't ever want to be a nag. I want to be able to give her advice, but the moment that it becomes me just being annoying and nagging her, please shut me up. Please do it. And let's figure out a way that she feels comfortable just saying it quickly, and she can say it in a way that I don't get mad or get my feelings hurt. That it's just her saying, "Dad, you're kind of nagging me right now. I don't, you know, uh, how come I'm the one that keeps learning with my kid growing up? I'm supposed to be teaching her, but I'm the one that's learning all this stuff right now." Um, that's an interesting deal. I'll tell you what, guys. Anyway, I had to laugh about that. That's what we're doing, right? We're trying to learn. We're trying to be better parents, better people, better friends, better husbands, maybe something like that. Anyway, just want to share that. I hope you guys are doing good. Would love to hear stories about dealing with your kids, and any times that you realize that something they said to you that you didn't want to hear was actually the truth, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy to do. Anyway, I love you guys. You have a great day. I'll see you out on the road.